Hi, I'm Gulraj Shahpuri. I'm a leadership coach and trainer. I teach people how to get more done before 8 a.m. than most others do all day in one of my courses. But today I'm going to speak from the heart about what I do in the mornings and what my morning routine is. Because you know what? I really believe that if everybody could understand and harness the power of the mornings like I did, I think it's going to do a lot of good. You know, I wasn't really a morning person, and I'm still not, I'll admit it. But I actually get a lot more done in the mornings than I can ever believe. You know, to be a high achiever and to run a successful business, it really takes a lot out of you. And there really never seems like there's enough time in the day. But you know, when you start tapping into the power of the mornings, wow, that becomes incredible. And I really feel that people who can do that, they get so much more done, and it really increases your self-esteem. It makes you feel good about who you are, and you actually have more willpower in the mornings than you'll ever believe. And let me show you how. I was the worst in time management. I mean, I was as bad as it got, and I knew it, and everybody around me knew it. And my father, he made no secret of it, and he would tell me from time to time, you need to do something about your time management skills. And one day he got so upset at me that he actually took out a $20 note from his wallet and threw it at me, and he said, go get a book in time management, learn time management today. And I just didn't know where to start, and I didn't even have the heart to tell him that, Dad, in $20 you don't really get books nowadays. This is still before the internet, otherwise I would have gotten this information for free. So I went to the bookstore, and can you believe the only book I thought I was worthy of buying was actually called Time Management for Dummies, because it was $19.99, but it was on sale for $16.99, and I knew with the tax it would still come under 20 bucks, and I would save a couple of dollars. The book I think I should have actually got was actually called The Complete Idiot's Guide to Time Management, but I don't think I bought that book because I think it was either more than 20 bucks with the tax, or I think maybe they were out of stock. But when I came home and I started reading through Time Management for Dummies, I was impressed to the point where the book had this money-back guarantee on it, and that was a little bit of the reason why I bought the book. I thought I'll get my money back after I read it all. And can you believe that became the single most valuable book to me, probably till date, next to How to Win Friends and Influence People. But then I bought the other book that was written by a different author. It was called Getting Results for Dummies, and it was by Mark McCormick. Now this was the person who created IMG. Now IMG is a sports firm that it's actually a sports and media firm that manages all the big people in the world. They even own the title Wimbledon and so many things. Indy 500 is owned by them. He wrote this book, Getting Results for Dummies, and it taught me the value of getting up early. The author woke up at 4 a.m. Now, I don't wake up at 4 a.m. I wake up at 4:52 a.m. Why? Because my father used to also say that anybody who works less than 9 hours a day has no value in my eyes. So I thought, well, if I wake up early, I might make him proud. It actually changed my life. So I started getting up at 4:52 a.m. Now, why 4:52? I'll tell you. Initially, I started getting up at 4:52 because my phone had an 8-minute snooze. So I knew that I could press snooze once and then I'd be pretty good. But the end result became that I actually started getting up pretty early. I started getting up at 4:52, and nowadays my routine is this. Immediately I spring out of my bed. I go to the kitchen and I turn on the teapot. So the kettle is already filled up at night, and within 2 minutes I'll come back to the kitchen, pour a tea for my wife, pour one for myself, have the tea bags in there already, take it to my wife, and then I wake her up. Then I go wake up the kids, and by 5 o'clock my laptop is open, my to-do list is open, and I hit the ground running. You know, a car at a racetrack that has to start from zero, from the start line, and imagine when the race starts and there's another car that's already at full speed, which one's going to do better? I'm the one who starts at full speed at the starting line at 5 a.m. in the morning. And then what do? Well, the first thing is I open up my to-do list and I start organizing everything that I organized last night, because your morning starts at night. Now, actually, let's talk about this. There's a few things you must do at night to get your morning to go awesome. Firstly, you have to eat dinner early. If you're going to go to sleep at 10 o'clock, you have to finish your dinner latest by 8 o'clock. We usually have 7 o'clock dinner time at our house, and I know in the West, that's pretty common. I mean, people eat at 5, 6 o'clock. Here in India, people actually start to eat at 9 o'clock, and in a lot of households at 9 o'clock they think what they're going to make for dinner. So everybody's going to sleep at 12 o'clock. Nothing's going to happen if you go to sleep at 12 o'clock. You need to sleep early, because at night you recreate your body. Because there's only so much pain your body can take by not sleeping at night. You need 8 hours at night. ladies, you need 7 hours because you're the less needy gender. And for anybody who's a youngster, who's a teenager listening to this, guys, you need up to 10 hours of sleep at night. And if you're a little kid, you need much more, but we're not going to talk about that. Another thing you can't do at nights, guys, is you can't make too many commitments. Learn to say no to all those things you have to do at nights, like going out with your friends or going to parties or having a poker group meeting at night, because those things are kind of bad for business. Now, in the morning, you're up early and you hit the ground running. And I actually have a superstar way. Actually, let me show you. I have my laptop right here. I even have, guys, I even have a morning routine over here. Now, what I did was I took a normal Windows 10 background. Yeah, I use Windows. I used a normal Windows 10 background. I took a screenshot, took it in Photoshop, put my morning routine there, because, you know, many times I'll get up in the morning and I'll start doing other stuff and I'll forget some of the important stuff. Because I have my morning routine right in front of me on my desktop, so it can't be out of my sight, otherwise it'll get out of my mind. So I get my to-do list done. The second thing everybody must do every morning is, guys, you must exercise. You're going to do a lot better that day. And then also read a little bit. Now, once you've done all those things, now you start executing your to-do list. And I actually put my to-do list, this is going to be a different whole power talk on this, but I put my to-do list in many sections. I have the important, urgent first, and then I have my important, and then I have my urgent, and then I have everything else. But the end of everything, you know what I feel, is I feel I've gotten so many 5, 10 minute things done right out of the way, right out of the way. And by the time 7 o'clock comes, I'm on top of the world. I actually end up feeling I've done more before 7 o'clock than most others will do all day, but the goal is to do more before 8 o'clock than most others do all day. So then you can go get ready, you can do all sorts of things and go to the office early. And when you do these things, when you start your routine like this, guys, you have higher self-esteem. You get to spend more time with the family in the mornings, and because you're going to come home on time, also in the evenings, then you're going to have a stress-free day. Isn't that awesome? You get to organize all sorts of important things for your life, and you become a superstar day in, day out. You'll be glad you did it. Let me quickly summarize all the things that we talked about today. Firstly, if you're going to have an awesome morning, you have to go to sleep at the right time. And some of the things you have to do at night is you have to have your dinner early. You have to say no to all the social commitments, or most of them, and realize that night is a time you recreate. If you're going to gain all that momentum in the morning, you actually have to get up a little bit before your scheduled waking up time. So if I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock, then 4:52 is the right time for me, because then I can actually hit the ground running in the mornings. The next thing you must do is you have to have a morning routine. I have mine on my laptop, right on my desktop in front of me. And then the next thing I do after my morning routine, or actually as part of my morning routine, is I go into my to-do list. I do exercise in the morning. I wake up the kids. I do all sorts of stuff. I even get to spend family time in the mornings, which is a pretty powerful feeling. That also makes sure that I'm doing more before 8 a.m. than most others do all day, or in my case, even 7 a.m. some of the times. And then I get to come home early. I have that stress-free, balanced life that everybody wants, and it starts because you create your day. You create your mornings, and it's in your control, guys. I'm not a morning person. Many of you feel you're not. You come into the habit. Everything is habit. Once you get into the habit of it, you're really going to feel like a superstar. I'm Gulraj Shahpuri, and it was my honor to share my own strategies with you. If you want to pick up the way I do things, feel free to copy it entirely. I got it from somewhere else. Remember Mark McCormick? If you want to do it your way, that's fine too. But remember, guys, these things are a habit. And once you start building these habits, you're really going to feel like a superstar. If you have any questions about any of this, anytime we ever run into each other, or if you want to put any comments on my YouTube channel, feel free to do so. And by the way, do subscribe, because these videos come out from time to time. You have an awesome day, and thanks for watching, guys. Take care and goodbye.